And now, coming to you live from the Smoky Mountain Wrestling Studios just right off the main highway. This is the Smoky Mountain Wrestling Sunday Sit Down. Covering all the news inside the Smoky Mountain Wrestling Galaxy. And now your host, Nicholas Inks.
Alrighty, so hello everybody and welcome to Sunday Night Sit-Downs with your host, Nicholas Eeks. Thank you all for joining us. Tonight we're going to be talking about the show this week. I'm going to start off with that. So first off, we have Peter Pan versus Rajax. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be a really good match. Both of these men have been coming a long way as of late as far as their in-ring work. These guys have both been making great waves. We have Compton Mania versus Jamie Knight and KC Luchador. Now, I'm not too sure about this match. I'm not sure how good this one's going to be, but I do know for a fact that I am really excited to see Compton Mania beat the heck out of Jamie Knight and KC Luchador. We have a 6-man tag team match. It is going to be the EWO versus Hell Incorporated. Now, it's going to be Dalton Riggs, Matt Burns, and Swamp Ass versus Tro Renegade, Dante Hardcore, and your .com king, Brian Nix. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that right there is going to be one that you do not want to miss. That right there is going to be a great match. We have the Iron Bison versus the Hardcore Hillbilly. Now, last week, Hardcore Hillbilly did return. He actually interrupted Rajax's match last week. And now this week he is taking on none other than the Iron Bison. The Iron Bison has been making great waves as of late here in the Smoky Mountain Wrestling. He actually just lost his streak last week to the .com king, Brian Nix. I can only imagine how that match is going to play out because you've got two really big stories going on right there with both of these men. And now they're having a match themselves. Oh, wow, this is going to be good. Then this is another great match, ladies and gentlemen. The Mercenary Marvin versus Schizo. Oh, wow, that one right there, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, Schizo just returned last week against IMR. So this right here is going to be his second match back, and this is with the Hardcore Champion. The Hardcore Champion, Mercenary Marvin. Wow, this right here, I mean, if he pins Mercenary Marvin, this could be, his number one contendership match for the Hardcore Championship. So this could be a good one. And then your main event of the evening is going to be a 2 out of 3 falls. It's going to be the Smoky Mountain Wrestling World Heavyweight Promo Champion of the World, Luchador, the Wrestler, versus I Am Righteous. Now, ladies and gentlemen, these two have had it out for a long while now here in Smoky Mountain Wrestling, and they share the same manager, if you will. It's the Mr. John E. Smith, and this right here, I can only imagine what John E. Smith is going through right now. Both of his clients, both are going at it. This is going to be crazy. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, we are actually going to have to go to commercial break, but we will be back with an interview with the newest member of the EWO, Swamp Ass. We'll be right back after these short messages.
Where can you find custom wrestling belts at outrageous prices? Crazy Mark's Belt Emporium. You want to be a 16, 17, or 18-time world champion?
We got you covered.
You want to strut around the house like a douche nozzle because you have the belt that so-and-so dropped in the trash can when they dropped the bomb back in the Monday Night Wars?
We got you covered there too.
Crazy Mark's Belt Emporium.
We take your E-Fed into reality.
If you have 48 wrestlers, we have 47 belts just for you.
Here's a testimonial from a dedicated customer.
Ask us about our bowl crate. Participation should be an art. That's
Crazy Mark's Belt Emporium,
where everyone wins.
Smoky Mountain Wrestling is brought to you today by Stiff Nipples Air Conditioning Service. Yes, Stiff Nipples. You know it's cold. And by Big Boobs Cafe. Big Boobs Cafe. Fellas, do I really have to say anything more? Now let's get back to the action.
Hello and good evening. We are here with none other than the newest member of the Too Sweet to Elite forever. That is right, ladies and gentlemen, the EWO. Your member, your newest member, Swamp Ass. Swamp Ass, I want to thank you for being on the show this evening, and I just want to start off with the question that I ask everybody: what was it that made you want to join Smoky Mountain Wrestling?
You want to know why Swamp Ass joined Smoky Mountain Wrestling? Why, I tell you this. How can you not? I mean, Mr. Nick H. Smoky Mountain Wrestling is the best place in the world. How can you not go to Smoky Mountain Wrestling? You should just be lucky if they choose you. See, I am blessed. Swamp Ass is blessed to be here at Smoky Mountain Wrestling.
Well, Swamp Ass, I do have to say that I really, really love that answer. So, what is your outlook of how things are going here in the Smoky Mountain Wrestling? What's your take on everything?
You want to know what Swamp Ass's outlook is on Smoky Mountain Wrestling? Well, I think my last answer pretty much told you the story. Because you see, Smoky Mountain Wrestling's the best place in the world. I love it here. You see, it's the evolution of A-fans. And everybody wants to come to Smoky Mountain Wrestling. But it's slim pickings. The Smoky Mountain Wrestling is where the big boys play. Next question, please.
Well, Swamp Ass, I do have to say that I agree with you 110%. So another question that I have is, how does it feel? How does it feel to finally be accepted into the EWO? Because I have seen you fight through each and every person they have thrown in front of you throughout your entire span here in Smoky Mountain Wrestling. And now you're finally getting the recognition that I feel that you deserve. You know, how does that feel to finally be a part of a faction as strong and as powerful and as dominant as the EWO?
Well, Mr. East, I'll tell you this. Look at your hair on my face. I'll tell you this. Swamp Ass tell you this, Mr. East. It was the best feeling I've ever felt in my life. The feeling of being accepted into a family, into a brotherhood. You see, elite world order. That's forever. I think I did it right that time. But anyway, Mr. H. Swamp Ass loves EWO. And it's just the best feeling in the world to be a part of the best faction ever.
Well, Swamp Ass, I mean, tomorrow night's your first 6-man tag match as part of the EWO, and I mean, it's going to be a great match. Are you excited?
Well, Mr. H, Swamp Ass can't put it into words on how excited he is for this match, his first match in the EWO Monday night. And I believe that's at the Kentucky Center. And I got my shirt ready up here. Swamp Ass is very excited. He's very excited. I'm speechless.
Well, Swamp Ass, I am so very excited to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. So, one person who is here in Smoky Mountain Wrestling that I am very, very ecstatic about this guy is absolutely insane. The Iron Bison. The Iron Bison. What do you think about that guy?
Iron Bison? You're asking Swamp Ass about Iron Bison. That man's pretty scary. You see, Swamp Ass wouldn't want to mess with him. His presence here in the Smoky Mountain Wrestling is just... We can all feel it. We can all feel it.
Yeah, I must agree with you. That guy is pretty scary. I'd hate to tangle with that guy. I would. So are you scared of the Iron Bison?
Well, of course Swamp Ass is scared of him. Look at him. Look at him. The man's scary. The man is terrifying. Well, yeah, how can you not be scared of Iron Bison? That dude is... He's not around, is he? I'm getting a little uncomfortable here, Mr. X. Can we go on a different subject? Swamp Ass would appreciate it.
Swamp Ass, I just have one more question about the Iron Bison, and that's going to be the last question that I ask you about him. So what if management were to put you up against the Iron Bison here in the near future? Would you be alright with that? I know that you're scared, but are you willing to do what it takes to beat the Iron Bison?
Well, that's a good question, Mr. X. Because you see, Iron Bison's one scary dude. You know, Swamp Ass would hate to have to tangle with him, but if management puts him in front of me, you're damn right, Swamp Ass. Oh, those are my rally fries in the air fryer done. But anyway, if management puts me up against Iron Bison, well, I guess I don't have a choice. I'm going to have to face my fears, and most importantly, I don't want to let my EWO buddies down. Because that wouldn't be sweet. It wouldn't. You got any more questions for me, Mr. X? They've been good questions.
Well, Swamp Ass, I do have more questions, but unfortunately we have run out of time for this evening, so Swamp Ass, I want to thank you for joining us here on the Sunday Sit-Downs. It was an honor to get down and sit down and talk with you and get to know you a little bit better. So, would you like to do the honors of signing us off?
Well, thank you, Mr. X. I sure do appreciate it. Thank you for having Swamp Ass. Swamp Ass appreciates you. And you see, everybody in attendance, watching at home, watching all around the world, Swamp Ass has to say this. Every Sunday night, you get on that couch, you get that Pop-Tart, you get those drinks, and you get ready for Sunday Night Sit Down with Nick Gates. Signing off.